Right, so I have had enough of it. I have seen this way too much from my family members to literally the freaking friends I used to be with in school. Why are you spending time with people who are not on the same path as you? I am genuinely asking you why. Is it that hard to say I don't freaking want you in my life? We all know about the phrase, you are the average of the five people that you spend most time with, and this is like way beyond more than that. Like most people know that phrase and they don't take it seriously. They just think, oh, it's just another quote. This quote can determine your life, okay? It is your duty as a man to literally kick people out of your life when they don't align on the path that you are going. And I say a duty as a man because my audience is mainly male, and if you're a woman, that's the same for you as well. Why would you spend time with people who don't what do I say, who are not on the same path as you, who are not on the same road as you are? Why would you still keep them in your life? Because they're just gonna bring you down. If you spend time with, honestly, I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Like if you spend time with trash people, you're gonna become just like them. These people who, do I have to even mention it? Drink, vape, we know them, freaking smoke, and they live this degenerate lifestyle, and you may not be like them, but spending more time with them will make you want to be like them. It is inevitable. It's like you're literally asking for it. Whereas if you spend time with people who are focused on making money, freaking weightlifting and stuff like that, they're not going to be like, oh, let's go to McDonald's. That would sound pretty stupid. So when you spend time with these kind of people, you're going to be like them, which is a good thing. I remember in my last year of school in 11th grade, I honestly got sick of it at one point. I remember I would see people constantly bunking their classes, freaking vaping, talking stupid things. Like, I'm not kidding when they would talk about girls like 24/7. Like, imagine how annoying it is. I'm sitting in a classroom, the teacher's yapping, 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 and these guys like behind me are just I literally got so sick of it to the point where I had enough, and I had a point just stop talking to anyone, and I didn't even thinking back, like looking back, I didn't even intentionally want to get them out of my life, but I was so sick of it. I'm like, fine, I'm just gonna be alone. I don't want anyone in my life. That is literally how I approached it. And plus, when you're in high school, the kind of drama that happens. Friends have freaking arguments, and oh, you cheated on this, that. We know the freaking drama that gets on. Like a small issue can spread between 30 people, and next thing you know, World War II is going to happen in school. World War III, 4, whatever. Yeah. Think of the 10 closest people to you right now and honestly ask yourself, do you see them bringing any value to your life as the days goes on? And most likely the answer is going to be no. And when the answer is no, why are you still keeping them in your life? Is it purely because I am too scared to, tell them to get out of my life? I am too scared to, be alone. Is that the matter? Because that's such a small thing. And the small thing that, you're not taking the next step by cutting them out of your life is significantly impacting your life in a negative way. You cannot change everyone to be on the same path as you. It's quite impossible. And when that's the case, you don't want to spend time with people who are not on the same path as you. Like I said, you don't want to spend time with them because you might not even realize it, but spending more time with them will cause you to be like them. I have seen it with my own damn eyes. For someone who barely speaks to anyone on a daily basis, I can see people around me, and I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating, they are the average of the people like they spend time with. I'm not making that up. They are so much like them. It's almost like ridiculous. And sometimes you have to prioritize your goals, whatever you want to get, wherever you want to get to in life, that has to be your number one priority. You can't prioritize people, your so-called friends, who are not even friends if they're bringing you down. I remember that, there was this one time when I was speaking with a guy who was supposedly a friend with me at that time, and I spoke about my goals to him, and he so lightly said something like, I don't think you're so determined. So when you have people like this, you just have to cut them off. There is no point in keeping them in your life. If you're being too scared to cut them off, like I'm not saying you have to go and be like, hey, I'm gonna focus on my goals. I don't want you in my life anymore. You don't have to do that. Just ignore them when they ask to hang out. Ignore them when they ask to do the activities that they do. Ignore it. Don't do it. And eventually, you guys are gonna go your own ways, and you have to if they don't align with your path. Friends are very important. Don't get me wrong. I think friends are very freaking important. But on the flip side of it, if your so-called friends are bringing negative energy into your life and trying to bring you to a lower quality of life, are they really friends? Are they really friends, or are they just people that you spend time with? Because when I was in school, most of the time, I didn't have friends as such, maybe a couple of them, but most of them were just people I spent time with because I'm sitting with them for 6 hours a day in the same damn classroom. They're not my friends. So if they're bringing you to a low quality of life, please cut them off unless you want to derail in your own life as well. Because, like I said, you may not know it, but it is happening when you spend time with these people and they are of such a low quality. I don't mean to be offensive to them, but when they're such low quality, your life is also going to go down. That's how it is, whether you like it or not. So, yeah, get rid of them. Trust me, it'll be good for you. You'll find a lot of peace in life too.